diamonds in the rough. NFL Draft Diamonds. Time to shine.
Hi, my name is Jimmy Williams with NFL Draft Diamonds, and we are presented by the Hula Bowl. Today I have with me Tyson Bagent. He's a quarterback out of Shepherd University. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, so if no one knows who you are by now, they're obviously not paying attention to football because we got ourselves today the 2021 Harlan Hill Trophy winner, probably one of the best small school, quarterbacks that we've seen in some time. I know you've broken a crap load of records at the collegiate level, and really looking forward to you guys getting a deep run in the playoffs. So talk to me a little bit about you and your backstory, if you don't mind, man. Tell me where you're from.
Yeah, well, as you already stated, my name is Tyson Bagent. I go to Shepherd University, which is, located in the Eastern Panhandle of West Virginia, about an hour from DC, about an hour from Baltimore. I've lived in this area my entire life, grew up in Charlestown, went and played football at Martinsburg High School, was successful there. Shepherd recruited me. I had grown up in Shepherdstown for a little bit of my life, so I was well aware of what the university was like and what the football games and atmosphere was like as a whole. And so it was easy for me to pass up, small school Division I offers that I had in order to come play at home, close to my family, for a team that I knew was gonna be airing it out. So signed here 2018. Was able to win the job in camp, and then I just been trying to get better ever since then at Shepherd as their quarterback.
Gotcha. Interestingly enough, I mean, you guys are like kind of in my backyard, so it's fairly easy for me to hop in the car and go see you guys. So,
Yeah.
had the opportunity to see you guys a couple of times so far. So it's been fun. I mean, yeah, it's kind of out there a little bit. Maybe not everybody knows where it's at, but you guys are helping to put it on the map. I mean, these past couple of seasons, you guys have been really kicking butt, taking names, and putting up some mad crazy stats. So at least from what I have in my notes here, 5,000 yards passing. And what really topped it off really, last year was 53 freaking touchdowns, man. How in the world? I know you got a lot of these records and a lot of them coming, but what's the one there that you're maybe the most proud of?
You said what day?
Which one of those accomplishments or records do you think that you're most proud of?
I would probably say the Harlan Hill Award that I was able to win last year. I just think it was one of those awards that's kind of so cool that your whole family, it's like a life accomplishment. So I would say that would be the award that I'm most proud of.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, for people that don't know, the Harlan Hill is the Division II equivalent to the Heisman. So you're kind of in excellent company there with people who have gotten that award. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit more about Shepherd, man. I mean, you talked a little bit there, about the university. What makes it so special to you? I mean, when you think about your time there.
Yeah, I think I have a different kind of love and appreciation for Shepherd, just because I am from here. I mean, this is my home. I've been walking around campus, since I was a young kid. So it's just, to be able to grow up there, and then be able to attend there and have the success that I've had. It means a lot to me. I kind of feel indebted to that, to the city of Shepherdstown and the Eastern Panhandle as a whole. Kind of made me who I am, and I feel like I'm playing at home with the people around me who kind of made me who I am. So just super appreciative of that, and just I love the area so much, and it definitely prepared me and made me who I am today.
Sure. So, kind of want to backtrack just a little bit because give me some insight as to the fact that you kind of grew up in like the Charlestown, Martinsburg area. So, talk to me a little bit about your time there in high school. Did you participate in any other sports or any of the successes there that you just kind of want to chat about real quick?
Yeah, I played football and basketball. In basketball, we made it to the state tournament every year. But in football, I was able to win a state championship my junior and senior year.
Awesome, awesome. And then, of course, like you said, you found your way there. But growing up as a kid, man, were you a fan of any one particular quarterback? Like, is there a person that maybe you try to model yourself, to, or what? Who's your guy? I guess.
I would say my guy. I really appreciate what all the quarterbacks in the NFL. Like I've always, it's never been like I favored one over the other, by a large amount. I've always kind of had an appreciation for all of them. But if I had to choose my favorite, probably be Aaron Rodgers. But I don't know. I think all the quarterbacks in the NFL are really good, and I kind of love watching all of them play.
Of course, of course. I mean, is there any one in particular that you try your best to kind of mold your game after? I mean, how would you
Yeah,
describe
probably Aaron
yourself as?
Rodgers.
Okay, I was
Yeah,
going to
sorry.
ask you, how do you describe your type of play? I mean, obviously you're a guy that airs it out, big strong arm. Here lately, you've been trying to be a little bit more mobile. I mean, is that kind of how you see yourself? I mean, you think you're more of an Aaron Rodgers type guy or what?
Yeah, I think I like to think I'm out on my game after Aaron Rodgers, but as far as like how I play, I would just say I just try to take advantage of each play. Obviously, I'm a guy that I'm a throw first guy, um, but I also feel like I do a good job manipulating plays and creating second chances for plays, so to speak, and kind of having a lot of success that way too. And then also just taking advantage of all the space on the field at all times, and just making sure that the defense will never be able to just you know relax in any area of the field, or else we'll take advantage of it. So, just a really just high energy, high drive, kind of just trying to set the tone for the game, on every play. So that's kind of how I would think about my game. But Aaron Rodgers would be the guy that I would say I would try to model after.
Sure. And like you said, I mean, you guys really spread the ball around a lot. I mean, I know you've had a lot of great, receivers over the years. So, talk to me a little bit about some of those guys, man. Who there at Shepherd has been, maybe some of the more impressive teammates that you've had over the years?
A receiver.
Oh, really anywhere. Go for it.
Well, my freshman year we had our corner Dewan Neal. He's on the Washington football or the Commanders organization. Um, we had Devin Phelps get a shot with the Cardinals in 2019, and then those are the two that I've played with that have gotten shots at the next level. And then obviously you got like Deontay Glover got drafted third in the Canadian League. Um, but yeah, other than those three, those are the ones that have gotten a chance after college.
Sure. Well, but what about the guys that are with you like right now? Like who are the guys that really stick out that everybody needs to know?
The guys this year on the offense, I think that are kind of making a name for themselves this year and standing out are Ronnie Brown, running back, Brian Walker at tight end, Marlon Cook obviously at the outside receiver. Um, I think those four guys have kind of emerged this year and have kind of um, taken over the PSAC, so to speak, at their position. So I would say those guys on offense, and then on defense, I think you got Dwayne Grantham and Devin Lynch, two inside backers, Kyle Smith and Malik Holloway, obviously having strong seasons so far, and then even in the back end, you got Tay who's got 3 touchdowns on the year at corner, and Clay Batten on the other corner, kind of just locking down everything on the outside. And then obviously the offense and defense, with those people included, have a lot of other players that are also playing at an extremely high level right now. I think everybody's just playing unified and as a unit, and we're just a good team right now.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are definitely, hitting on all cylinders right now. I mean, undefeated as it stands right now. I know you guys are, certainly striving for that national title. So I'm really looking forward to that for you guys. I hope and pray that you guys get there. So it'll be fun.
Yeah, well,
Um, I want to take you back a little bit though. See if you can maybe remember this. I know you've been at Shepherd for a while, but do you remember your very first start? And can you kind of walk me through that there, for your time there at Shepherd? Do you remember that?
yeah, I do. We were at Notre Dame of Ohio. Um, it was my first career game, first start, first everything, and I just remember being like ridiculously nervous. But we ended up coming up short, turned the ball over too much, but it ended up being a big day for me, especially as like my first game as a freshman.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, obviously didn't win that one, but I know as of late you guys have got one over on those guys. So,
Yeah.
um, what do you feel has been your most memorable moment to date? I mean, is there maybe one particular game or play that sticks out right now?
I would say the most memorable one. Um, I guess it would have to be last year against Notre Dame, just because it was, the Kutztown one the week after that was obviously a huge play. But the one at Notre Dame was at Bram Stadium. All of our home fans were there to witness that, and it was a packed house, and it had like a big effect on. There was like a big effect you could just see in the whole atmosphere that it had on people. Like people were just shocked, amazed. It was kind of a throw where I had to make a good throw and not just a Hail Mary like it was. The week before I actually had to make an accurate throw, and I think it impressed a lot of people and kind of um, gave hint to kind of how good that I am and that I will continue to get like into the future.
Gotcha. So, what do you think separates you as a prospect? I mean, you think it is that arm strength, that accuracy? I mean, what do you think separates you from everybody else?
I think I would say you know, just my knowledge of everything everything that's going on. My IQ on the field. The amount of grit and kind of just determination I play with, and it just feels like it's the only thing that really makes sense, for my life. And I know that, um, I don't know. I feel like it's in me, and I feel like I take everything that I do seriously. I work on the mental aspect of the game because really, I mean, you stop getting better physically at a certain point. Like there's not a lot physically that you can necessarily change that'll make like a 50% difference the next year. So being able to take advantage of the mental side of the game, and just know where dudes are going to be and what spots to attack on the field, I think is what separates me.
Nice, nice. So I guess at this stage, let's step off the football field a little bit. Talk to me about Tyson, the person, the student, something about you like off the field. So, talk to me about maybe your hobbies or what else, anything else you got going on in your life.
Yeah, I would say outside of football, I mean, the things that I do basically, I just try to, stay in shape. Obviously, hang out with my friends and family as much as possible. Try to always be around them when I can. Um, I enjoy playing basketball with my friends. I enjoy hanging out with my friends. Um, Really, I mean, yeah, that's basically all I do. I hang out with my family, take care of my body. My health is very important to me, so I watch what I put in my body, and really just even on downtime, trying to take advantage and separate myself, from other people. Just because I know I'm coming from a smaller school, and I know I gotta, I have to set the tone once I get my chance to be in front of them, in front of the scouts and everybody else involved.
Sure. Well, I mean, whenever you do have like a down moment, maybe if you're sitting back, relaxing, watching some TV, you got like maybe a favorite movie or TV show that you like to watch?
I'm a big fan of all the Rocky movies. big fan of the new Creed movies. I know there's a third one coming out. And yeah, I mean that's kind of what comes into like, when I hang out with my friends and family. Usually, it's we're just in a house together with the TV on, kind of, maybe watching something, hanging out in different ways that you can, at your house. But yeah, I would say just any type of motivational movie. Um, anything with Will Smith's usually pretty good. So that's kind of what me and my family and friends watch.
Gotcha, gotcha. And you have let's see, trying to think of something else to ask you that's non-football related. Obviously, I'm kind of somewhat familiar with Martinsburg, in Shepherdstown. Not a whole lot going on there, but I mean, for people who aren't familiar with the area, what is there to do? Where do you guys normally go for fun?
Um,
I mean,
I don't know. Yeah, you kind of just gotta have fun with your family and friends and stuff. I mean, luckily we're 15 minutes away from Hagerstown and 30 from Winchester, and you can obviously go there and go, do fun things. But I mean, as far as Martinsburg and Shepherdstown, I mean, there's like maybe a handful of things that you can do. Like, but other than that, it's just you can go to the movie theater. You can, hang out, go to any restaurant you want with your friends, or anything outside. So that's why it's usually a good time around here for me at least, when the weather's nice.
Gotcha. And I guess the other interesting fact about you, I heard that your pops is a pretty big name there in the Martinsburg area. What is his claim to fame?
You said my dad?
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad is an arm wrestler, and he's a left-handed arm wrestler. So he's a number one. He was a number one left-handed arm wrestler in the world. So that's where a lot of like his name, has obviously grown because he's lived in this area his whole life as well. So he's just, a lot of people know him. A lot of people, have seen him on YouTube from, he's traveled the world. He knows a lot of people, and that's kind of, that's where he's kind of, garnered all his fame and everybody knowing him.
Sure. So has he kind of rubbed off on you a little bit? Has he given you some of the tricks of the trade or what?
Nah, he always appreciated watching me and my brother play, more like active sports where we were running around and it was a little bit more fun to watch. So he always like, pushed us towards baseball, basketball, and football. So me and my brother were just always playing something growing up.
Gotcha. Well, staring back to you and what else, what everything else you got going on. I mean, obviously you have a lot of scouts' eyes on you,
Hmm.
coming to your practices, your games, each and every game. I remember the one that I was at. There were like five guys, from the NFL there, so um, really drawing a lot of attention. I want to give you one last opportunity to talk to those guys, man. Tell them why they need to take a chance on you and draft you and all of that. So go ahead and hit them with your pitch.
Um, well, just like Jimmy asked me, a handful of minutes ago, things I like to do outside of football, I really didn't have a lot to say. Um, I'm a guy that takes extreme takes everything to extreme measures when it comes to me getting better at football as a whole, from the mental side, from the physical side. You're looking at a dude that only cares about football and taking care of his body. Anything other than that, I'm hanging out, having good time with my friends and meaningful time with my family. And then anytime I'm outside of that, I'm getting better and trying to progress, and better myself for football. So you're getting a dude that's all in, you're getting a dude that cares, and that's got a chip on his shoulder because I've been under recruited my whole life, and every time I get to a new stage, I prove why I am who I am. So um, just the amount of time and effort, blood, sweat, and tears I put into this, how much I care about it. You'll never have to tell me something twice. So
Gotcha. Well, I mean, definitely a guy who, if you've paid attention to Shepherd football, you know that Shepherd football is for real. You guys have been very successful over the past couple years, and as it stands right now, you guys are undefeated on your way to a fantastic season. Um, We'll see if you get like another Harlan Hill so that you can, put that up on the shelf as well. And then we'll see what happens to you after that, man. But best of luck to you moving forward. All right.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Sure, no problem. Once again, I got with me 2021 Harlan Hill winner, Tyson Bagent. Maybe even this year as well, because I know he's on a lot of those lists. So thanks again, buddy.
Thank you.